If anything, say to your wife, mama,
shewe
chihera.
aiwa udaroka unenge kuti
just
because I'll go back kuti it's a poor man's mindset because hakuna register revanhu varusuka maplates. We only know to rusuka maplates because you have
told us.
You have told us.
Because
but I think you catch more flies with honey, man.
Yep.
But who was trying to catch flies with honey?
Hey, but I mean, Mister, you trying to catch flies with honey?
Like what was?
Because I would argue you'd catch more flies in Goja. What are your thoughts around the fact that Shaddai was principled enough to say, thank you, but no thank you?
No, but was that principles though?
Yo, Emi, hunga na itimbo sasa pano panika nyaya karikupisa. We just wanna talk about it machitika. Welcome, oh you know what time it is. Send it to your friends so they also be a part of this. You cannot describe what you feel, huh? We're taking Zimbabwe to the world, huh? Yeah, this is Black and Forth. Welcome, this is Black and Forth.
Oh yo,
awareness. Yeah.
Pabrigiocracy.
Ayo.
Pabrigiocracy.
Ayo, just over.
No.
Just over.
No.
Listen.
Last week, man.
I mean, even the response.
There's anyone who deserves my fortune.
This. Come on, Marana, my fortune, Rana, all of that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another episode, the one and only Black and Forth. I'm Black.
And I am going forth with the team.
Propaganda, we're here.
Handy.
Bridge.
That's how you know we're patriots, guys. But people might think boys me criticize, but look, man.
I don't think there's ever been a time where we criticized and not offered a solution. And our criticism comes from a place of love.
Proper love.
It's not just going around going.
This is where I'm No. We want things to be on a world-class thing, but I think the response from that relayed the fact that there is a general consensus on how frustrating things can be, but that's a given.
That's a given.
That's a given. That's a given.
How are you guys doing? How's the week been?
Hope everyone's good.
Quarter to December. I know there's a lot of excitement.
Quarter to
At
December.
the back of your head, you're hearing
KeDecember.
Shift. I'm a piano.
Yeah. Ish. I'm so jealous of people who do these things.
We've made it. But you can't say that. Because to my understanding, London has its own wild way of celebrating. I mean, at this point, the people there have kind of made it work within the weather.
But
you're going to be...
It's winter, my dog. I don't care how late it is.
But still.
It's winter, bro.
I know a few people that are flying from Zim, South Africa to come and speak. Yeah. Christmas in London.
Vaganzi. Yo, you're just trying to flex. You're just trying to flex on the fact that you can travel from SA to England during peak travel season.
But you also have to think about it, Kuti. On the flip side, there's people who are well employed, get paid decently, but Christmas is very, very stressful for them because they are the only people within their circle of influence that are paid. So if they don't remove themselves,
it's targetings. Nah, but listen, I think I think whatever you're gonna spend for the festivities back home is
the difference is just
probably less than
but the difference is you're spending it on yourself. This is the thinking of the person. Yeah, I will incur that expense.
But it's for
On
my
me.
personal gratification.
Yeah, so take it around, do
Yeah,
but
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Fair,
into
fair,
another episode.
Fair.
Last week, it was a fire one. It was a heavy one. We went through ICT. We went through the demolitions happening in Harare. We went through football. The Warriors qualifying. We went through a little bit of American war, and there was a lot of feedback.
We fixed the country.
We asked you guys what system of
governance.
Okay. That was a fire.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Can I say again? I am so proud of you, BFFs.
Incredible, man.
Oh my God! The discourse?
It was incredible.
The discourse in the comment section.
Tell me a podcast that is encouraging.
Come on,
quality conversation.
Come on,
people are giving
fostering.
What do I want? Incredible conversation. Shout out to you guys. Let me
shout out.
Let me see if I can find a few
to you guys, man. I love that. I was like, you see, I know my BFFs. I did not audience. It's not a riffraff thing, man.
It's a quality audience.
Quality, and shout out to yourselves. Give yourselves a little pat on the back for that. Yeah, man.
But shout out to you guys, man, for making this podcast interactive.
Yeah, man.
These kind of conversations,
we love that.
Help us see we're not just speaking into the void. There's people that, and again, there's we encourage even disagreement.
Yeah, man.
If you disagree, please don't
let it out. Don't feel like
please don't feel like pana because bridge right or wrong answer
yeah, of course. What can you say?
Man, shout out to everybody that gave us my coffees. I'm trying to see.
Zipo. Hey.
Kupa kunemfaro kuna kugamjira. Shout out to Miss King Hans. This is for my favs. Happy birthday. Shout out to Tandy B. Shout out to RK Hans. I said I would buy coffee someday. This is the first, but definitely not the last. Anita Hans, pam. Boys at the bridge. We have to celebrate you in wine, my coffee, one each. Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. This is getting into Christmas.
It's getting into Christmas spirit.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say. So far, only one person has tagged me in a photo billboard of Kandizo.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There's somebody who tried to cheat. They got one and said, one ticket or something like that. What did you say?
I said it is when you poster one poster crossman talk about ticket, but waka poster SR5 carousel, you get 2 VIP tickets. But waka poster one is coming. It's coming their way. It's coming your way. It's sorted. Say no more. It's up to y'all.
I want to address something. Real quick. There's somebody was like, guys, mapeka boots I want to be honest. Boots. She was not here.
She was.
And you know how it is when the cat is away.
The mice.
As you can see, and then the words as you can see, Nastakapeka boots. Passy! Just Rakwesha. Magati Matunza, it's been crazy, man. I'm so
I've been crying. Hey, I'm a Jidakala J. They are moaning. They are the man happy.
I'm so sorry. I just saw an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone, but Nyaye Boots is two separate issues. Tazo wona kuti Nyaye Boots is more to do with kana nzuri kushow any personally until nako kudzipfeka boots zacho. That is not the boots ngazozamba kwana.
Now you grow out of that.
Varipo maita but tanegotiate. But Nyaye
daona mamanyiro andaita
It's a good thing we can lock ourselves in here.
Shukira muno.
Ukanda budza kosangana nadzo panze when you're going.
Fana zikana nehapo ndo.
Uzoona yakanda hembe zazi
Yeah. Ko.
I don't know.
Sina boots nasa. Ndasema push remote.
I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been, I don't want to call it commotion, but I don't know where this conversation even started. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised if this is a conversation that comes up every quarter. But this time around, it came with a different spin.
Okay.
It seems there is a contingent of Zimbabwean men.
Oh, yeah.
Who have shared that they have been, their disgruntlement.
Yeah.
They've been brought to the UK on these spousal visas. Their partners are doing work here, social work, agency work, and they themselves are seemingly not employed in this current scenario of disgruntlement. They are not employed. So it means while their partners
Are the breadwinners.
Are winning the bread.
Yeah.
While their partners set off Kuma Road Show to bring back the bread. They are left at home. With the expectation that when this breadwinner comes back from home, whatever prevailing situation they left, they sorted itself out.
I need to make sure to
Varikusiwa to instruction yekuti mozobudisa nyama kuma-4. And they are struggling.
Panic driveway and you haven't taken the meter of the freezer. How? Do you remember the stress when you were a kid?
My goodness.
Which is how moms pull up in the yard and you ain't done fuck all of the things that was expected of you. Stress.
And
stress.
The crazy thing is, we would do it again.
Oh yeah.
Like we would learn nothing.
Nothing from the experience.
Nothing. You've been caught and you barely make it, or
because where she is life. Once you see why some rich garden papa dog shika mbedo muriwo wise mama rich. Homeboy is like yeah.
So yeah, there's the sentiment coming out is ini kana zviro zvamurikuitwa ku UK ikoko handiuye murikusukiswa maplates ku UK kana muriku give us your.
One might argue kuti if you are ill-treating your spouse uchimubata nekuseri kweroko when you were the breadwinner, when you were home, if you were running a loose ship, when tables turn like that,
you're suspecting that it's a case of people
panicking
kuti ndaku.
Yeah. But I think if you and your person were in step, were working as a team.
Well, clearly not. The people that are disgruntled.
If you're working as a team, if you're coming home and you are, sharing the bread, if you weren't abusing your position as said breadwinner, I don't think you'd have anything to worry about. But having said, there's also a natural kakuganza kanongoitikawo on a shiria vutareken kana esque level of things. So I think it's a case by case. It's all very circumstantial, but for the most part, this is the UK, man.
Very sad.
Get with the program. There's
Freeman Chari says, please don't go to the diaspora if you are any of these men. If you used to physically and emotionally abuse your wife, don't go. If you used to control her financially, don't go.
There you go.
If you consider yourself an alpha, don't go, because on day 2 you'll be an omega. If you are an alcoholic, just don't. Alcohol is cheap and the consequences of uncontrolled drinking are huge, especially drunk driving, with kids. If your age difference is more than 10 years and you're under 40 and your wife isn't your friend, don't. I think to his benefit.
Yeah, if
this is something that even I would say this to somebody even in Zim.
Yeah.
these are no goers even in a Zimbabwean setup. But do you know what? I think you guys are giving these people too much credit.
Like who's been given?
Like you guys are giving these misogynists too much credit. Because on a rudimentary level, at its most bare, this is the worst form of misogyny. This is the poorest form, in the sense, Ekuti, if the reason you are not coming to the UK is because Maplates, you deserve everything that is coming to you.
Oh yeah,
because you deserve everything that is coming to you. Because when I say
because what then would have happened if you were the one who had the COS and you've come here and you're the breadwinner who's sending money back home to Zim without your wife? How were you going to navigate life?
Like, if the thing that is stopping you from the other side is Kusuka Maplates, is the notion. Because do you know what?
Lord, that dishwasher.
There's people that have reduced some of these chores to, even in a Zimbabwean scenario,
I heard that.
Like, to them, that is the straw that would break the camel's back, right?
Yep.
So much that you can't see beyond how
building your future, like building back home, like taking your kids to good schools.
Like, do you get what I mean?
Having access to a functional economy.
But
the deal breaker is just
because I'll go back with it. It's a poor man's mindset, because hakuna register evana Rekusuka Maplates. We only know Rekusuka Maplates because you have told us. You have told us.
Because it's just your discomfort within your own like, it's not like once Rekusuka Maplates, if you go out, everyone's gonna be like,
hakuna mark.
Anichi dindo.
Hakuna tattoo Rekusuka Maplates.
Anichi dindo bamanza yaganza.
Do you get what I mean?
No.
Do you get what I mean?
You're so right.
Like the only way we know this is because you are
voicing it.
Saka, you're telling me, Gucci, of all the atrocities happening in your life, uripa town, uripa Buddhas, urukuramba Rekusuka Maplates here, but uripa Zimbabwe urukuwachiswa nezano.
You'd rather that.
Not Rekusuka Maplates, urukuwachiswa. Because in your mind, it's inconceivable. It's inconceivable. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Maplates are trukutaura aya. If it's you and your wife, at the very most, it two Maplates, fork or spoon or cup here.
Because it's you and your wife.
I'm not wonder.
Even extended family. Even extended family.
3 Maplates, 4 Maplates.
Apana mna anowacha hembe ni
tutara Maplates mangani.
Fuck.
Amuri kutaura kuti takusimbisana pazvikona zvekuti hey varume vanhu
okay, might I add? Okay, let me add. Let me sorry, because you know me, I always like to devil's advocate it when I can. I must say, I think it's to do with the conduct of things. You find a lot of things people don't mind, but I think it comes down to the diplomacy of things. But at the same time, it also goes back to what I was saying about what was the nature or the general nature of your relationship before you went there. Because if you had a relationship where you're both amicable, you're cool, you have a mutual respect for each other, you're not treating your wife like, like a subordinate who's rated.
Absolutely.
Then that means that there's going to be a tact in your wife. If your wife saying to you, bamaita, ndine night shift nasi, or ndine long day nasi, nanchikumbura kamungo ndilo draw dishwash.
So,
right?
Yeah.
Bamaita ndikumbura mutu lo draw dishwash. Bamaita ndikumbura mutu isiro hembe mu washing machine. Bamaita ndasendesa hembe mu washing machine disiro mu dry. Like, I can and then if you're peeved off by that, or offside. But then there's a contrast, right? Of like mkadzi adzoka pa 10. Yeah, I'm good day. Ndiro dzakazara msingo ngodonzi dzisuka nani idzi.
No, but here's the thing. But here's the thing. In both scenarios, didn't play a devil's advocate in this. In both scenarios, the man is wrong. Because here's what I'm saying.
Okay, bro, you shouldn't have to be asked to do that.
If you have a partnership where somebody has to communicate to someone, put my plates out house.
Okay, I get
Munashe, you wanna get away.
Look.
Let's walk. In I was a bachelor for how many years before I got married? About 5 years, right?
First.
You live alone. My plates.
Abana.
Prior to that, Pamaigarana mom's then I took my plates.
I want house boy. House boy.
Exactly.
But at the same time.
No, but you see that dynamic. That dynamic is even worse than husband and wife. Because mom's vako,
she has license to really come
but Panama days have my days. But even in so I'm saying in this there needs to be a clear understanding of what we are doing in this marriage, in this partnership, where certain things go unsaid. Because kuya kwangu ku UK, I'm assuming it came with the view which in Dukia was to go graft. So there's an understanding right now on this graft.
Push and pull.
Right now on this graft, but my partner and graft.
Teamwork.
There's no one who's coming to tell me
okay.
My dishes.
You know what?
But even in the scenario,
I won't fight you on that one.
Even in the scenario, what are that person is justified because chakamira kuti mama kagara pa den ndichifonyoka wangauchite because it's not so much because urikuona Tony atakutaura it's not so much kuti munhu he wants to be disrespectful but they're probably pissed off kuti ndandichikwesha someone.
Okay. I think the reason why I brought up the tone thing like initially on the you've just come over boom boom boom. I think there's a cognitive kind of dissonance that's there.
Definitely.
To start with. So that's what I was just kind of accommodating. But you are absolutely right on all fronts in saying that in all fairness, when all things considered, it should be a common sense kind of thing.
Bro,
why shouldn't I just wash the plate that I ate from?
For a marriage to succeed, bro, you need to take away ego.
100%.
You need to take away
100%.
If you think of certain things as kuti sababa, whether una marry, be serious. Kana ubaba wako uchidefine on Rekusuka one plates. Need you to be more serious.
But I
need you to place yourself in more serious scenarios.
Okay, I will also throw in this.
Throw it in.
Here's a curveball case scenario. My mom, hardworking, always been working mad hours. My stepdad, hardworking, but the job my stepdad's always done is like set hours. He jumps out in the morning, comes back at set time type of shit. On the weekends,
he's
didn't
chill.
work. He's chill and whatnot. And and my stepdad is British. He's not, so he doesn't have that mentality. In fact, he doesn't even have the expectation of Mukadzo. In fact, one of the things that blew my stepdad's mind was the fact that Moms Wangu would do the laundry, iron the clothes, fold the clothes, pack the clothes, still go to work, come back, and or even then in between, make dinner, boom, 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 put stuff in the fridge, freezer, labels, boom, dips and whatnot. My stepdad was like,
I could get used to this. Like, what?
Where you get that at?
Yeah.
Zero expectation.
Yeah.
But I say that because that is a dynamic of two people who genuinely just care for each other.
And
This is a woman who just loves her husband, who wants to just
and Travaka.
and it's Novaka and boom. But having said, my stepdad, there's times where he just, you just find him in the kitchen just saying, my dishes. And then even I'm like, no, Pops, I was gonna do the dishes. Like, no, it's cool. You do your thing. I'm doing the dishes. Boom. Sometimes he'd cook, terrible cook.
But effort.
But he's
effort.
Awful cook. But he'd cook, he'd make the effort. So I say that to say that at the end of the day, I think it comes down to just rate and respect each other.
Bro.
At the end of the day, if these things are contentious in your marriage, it means that you're not in step from jump.
Maplates ko budget. Finances. Hatina future. If
ridiculous.
And yeah, man. It was just so sad to see that conversation go so far. And I'm willing to bet a good portion of the people that were participating in that conversation were just making noise. It's people that have no intention, that have no offers, that have no likelihood of coming to the UK in any way, shape, or form. It's just people adding to, because really and truly, if you're looking to build and saying, you know what, I'm doing this for the view, you know what, for the kids, we need to put them through a good school. I need to be able to be in a position to send my family back home. But you're denying yourself a little bit of, maybe, I don't want to go as far as saying social mobility, because that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to go as far, but you're denying yourself possibilities.
Yeah.
Because we're saying for certain the scenario that you're in,
you're just widening the net. You're just casting wider. You're opening more possibilities. No, I totally hear that.
But I'll go back to episode. What episode was it? Was saying kana madisha
Netsa. Get a dishwasher.
Kana uzna mare kune
Clanner it. If anything, say to your wife, mama,
banzi. Shewe.
Chihera.
Aiwa udaroga unokwa uti.
I'm busy.
Chera mofela.
Takumbira
kiki.
Pon kiki wow. Wow. Why did they say wow with the
Ndandichi scroll up a marketplace. Was clearly
I
was told, you don't deserve me one.
Yeah. Scroll
up a marketplace. Pane uye ati akawana nyuan saka they are just disposing.
Very good dispose. No. Takatakumbira out.
Mukandi one around 150 ndine $10 andakabva nayo
Zimbabwe. Ndowedzera. I'm not saying emasculate yourself, but there's tact to these things. There's
No, what I was saying about removing ego. That removing ego is very important, bro. Recognizing Kuti, this is where I am right now.
Yep.
And this is what I need to do to get to where I'm going.
This might not even be a permanent kind of scenario.
No, if you're removing your ego, it's definitely not a permanent, because this works in every scenario. If you say visa ego is you coming here, being in a scenario where your wife, your partner is the breadwinner, but you're still trying to exert the same kind of
dominance,
dominance, the same type of ridiculousness. because it's ridiculous. Because if we say dominance would insinuate there's something wrong with dominance. Maybe that's your dynamic.
Yeah.
But we're saying the ridiculousness where that's a breadwinner would be accommodated to. If you're still trying to indogeswa maoko, do you know what I mean?
Big man.
Those kind of things are the things that are going to cause infractions. Because even if your partner is one of the most humble or chilled, it's not because Munu is an asshole or nigrin, but they've recognized, hold up. I'm coming from a 12-hour, 18-hour shift in the snow.
Fuck, not just in the...
Do you get it? In the snow. I've had to snow this car to get wipers.
Scrape the windshield before I can even jump in the whip.
Ndinodzisira mumwe munhu mvura. Ndodzoka kundodzisira iwewe. Do you know what I mean? Saka pamunozopindurwa paya moti they're trying to makubatanidza nyaya.
Waganza. And there's been so many beautiful stories, success stories that have come out. Kune vanhu vauya on a COS thing, husband type thing, retete. And over time, there's a couple that's making sadza. Varubika sadza, bro. And they're making guap. Vatangaka business. It's coming and putting your minds together. Okay, got save Mari. What am I going to do with my time at home? Because if you feel so hard done by the fact that you're no longer the breadwinner, if it really irks you that much, then you should be making a mad effort to make a plan so that you kind of regain that status.
If it's that important to you.
If that's such a big deal to you,
you're not going to gain it by complaining.
You're not going to
definitely not now that you put out this tweet.
No.
Definitely not now.
Make a plan.
Because now the whole of social media.
Make a plan.
The moment Zimsaleb says COS beneficiary speaks. Anzi COS sponsee.
Benefactor. Hey!
No, nyaya etiquette is very important.
No, man.
And like knowing how to move, knowing it's something that I
fundamentally it's the nature of your relationship
as a
at
human
the end
being,
of the day.
and even beyond relationship, just how we move out in the world. You know, nyaya etiquette, knowing good. Okay, in these spaces, this is where I am in life. This is where I'm going. To get to that point, I need to... There's something that Passion Java said. But
even a broken clock is correct 2 times a day.
And there's something that he said about Vuma Kupusa.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's very, very important.
Oh,
say this. Just recognizing, you know what? I need to play the fool here.
Put the weed in the bag. It comes back to what I was saying. Put the weed in the bag. Like, it's across so many things. There are people who came from Zimbabwe who were engineers, doctors, journalists, geologists, and whatnot. Vakamopa ma floor mukopu.
For as long as they need to do.
Vakasteka ma shelves in Tesco, vakata ma security guard.
Put them through school.
Because they had to fucking peta musque dog. So from time to time, you just must.
Because you
just
know,
a little
you know
bit.
where you're going.
But can only plan. Can who these principles are so important to you, then we should see it through your actions, Kuti. How are you going to turn your fortunes and make things work? But if you feel like Kungwava back home is fair, go do that. But hey, I'm not gonna lie, kuma shift kune infidelity.
The chopaita.
Kune infidelity.
I mean, listen. Now, if you were to come and say, instead of Rekusuka Maplates, if you were to come and say, the amount of infidelity, kuya kuno ku UK, the amount of I'm willing to hear.
They're now hate.
I'm willing to hear.
Then I could be like,
I'm going to introduce a conversation on something.
But even then, they knew. Even then, do not pusao, but I'm gonna move how I move.
I thought you were going to say, no, if you find out your person is cheating and you know what you benefactor, I mean, what does confronting that person achieve? Makanofa. No, so where I was trying to bring this conversation is somewhere close to home. There's certain scenarios that I see with creatives where it's very disheartening, man. Like some of the movements that I see from a creative standpoint, how, especially the young, new generation of creatives. I don't know who needs to inform this, who needs to teach, but there's a lot of entitlement.
You feel?
There's a lot of entitlement where over the course of the year, right? Put out these shows.
You've been making moves. The streets have been seen.
We're putting out these shows, and then you get a message, you get an email where the message is almost on some, I feel I deserve to be on the same stage with you. How do we make it happen? At first, ganza. At first,
this is ganziology.
Until I received a decent email, then I noted the difference.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you saw the contrast. That approach made me feel comfortable.
Yeah,
that felt off.
So,
who always the most out of pocket side of the neck?
That's what I just said. Literally, I feel like I can bring a different flavor, and I can give you a good price. I can give you a discount for performing at your show. That literally, I can, as early as yesterday. These are messages. But a few months ago,
someone said I could do a decent. What kind of artists are they? I don't want to put people on blast.
I didn't even go.
Are they musicians? Are they what? Are they comedians?
It's mostly musicians. It's mostly people that do music.
Who the fuck told you this is a music show? Who the fuck told you I even want musicians?
You know. But then I remember getting a message from a young man. Shout out to Tino. Sent me a message a few months ago and said, "Hi, King Kandoro, been a fan of yours for a long time. I've been asked to MC at this wedding. What? I've noticed that this is something that you do from time. Do you have any tips for me? Because I'm really nervous and what? It was a very well detailed email and
email. Man went out of his way to find the email address.
It took time.
Always take an email seriously. Yeah.
Took time. I responded. What? Well done, and you could tell that, for the most part, this person needed encouragement and
they look up to you,
gave him the little tips that here and there. A few weeks later, I got a response with a picture
saying,
from the wedding.
It went well.
Went well, amazing. Thank you so much for encouragement. This was dope. I was like, well done, young man. And we kept it at that. Few months later, that same young man sent me a message and said, "Hey, King Kandoro, wanted to find out if there's space for me to appear at your show. I've been doing these shows with some of the guys that are on your lineup or what." I responded, "Hi, Tino, unfortunately, it's quite a compact schedule lineup. But you know what? Next time I'm doing something."
And there's going to be a next time.
Next time.
We both know there's going to be a next time.
One of my favorite email exchanges of the year, because I don't know if you realize what this young man has done. This is somebody who probably always knew that line.
No. I was about to say. For the most part, he might not even have needed your advice on the MC thing, Kudaro, but that was a way in. Like
rapport.
Skiri. I build a relationship here.
I'm saying this to say, almost every relationship in the world, kunyengana brain.
Absolutely.
Brain. You don't show up on the day you need something.
What is
and
that?
Say, this is what I need. If especially it's somebody that you don't have leverage from. To this day, we have people that we look up to, that we have things that we need from. You just don't show up on the day and say, show up. And there's people, I say this to say, there's people that only show up when they need something.
And what in the Zafa is going on here?
You guys, if you're somebody who's been watching me, Kandoro always has a show in December.
You would know that.
Saka, why are you showing up in December to ask about it again? And here's the thing.
You've been seeing the world tour. How long have you been talking about this, brother?
Aside from this, here's a crazy thing. People who subvert everything else that they see, and conversation in your seri, Kandoro, and I'll quote a message that I received recently. Been seeing the movement. Oh, it's been amazing, man. The things that you've been doing.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so that you're doing Celebration Center, and like these days I've been writing mostly my jokes have been Christian. I think that would really be my crowd.
Your crowd.
I think that would really be my crowd, So let me know how we can make it happen. Paraphrasing, but that's the gist. And here's the flip side of that. For the most part, people want to associate themselves with people with motion.
Of course.
This podcast does not happen if I don't have motion, if Munashe doesn't have motion. This podcast is two people with their own individual motions coming together to make a collective.
Motion.
Right now, Master H with Okupisa kwake, he's not giving away free features to Van Vachango. It's either he will charge you exorbitant
fees
or you just flat out say no.
No. Of course.
Free man, all these people attach themselves even internationally.
Yeah.
So iwewe, you can't say your pitch can't be Iwo
No, because
because I want to see how I am going to benefit from this attachment. I can see how
zero value proposition.
I can see how you will benefit.
Zero value proposition.
But how is this benefiting me?
I've never seen you perform, big man. I haven't even seen you perform. I'm not even a fan yako zvekudaro.
I hope you guys. And I'm saying this.
What makes you think and then you put the funk in show yangu before ndawe? Like, come on, don't do that.
I'm saying this as earnestly as I possibly can. Like the things that you're saying, all those are heavy considerations. These shows, because of the hype, because of the momentum, there's certain chances we can't.
You just can't be taking, man.
We would want for it to be a moment when, but we also want to eliminate probability of something going wrong. So we will go with tried and tested.
No negative review. We don't want to be Kandoro killed it, but face I open away. We don't want a Baba Tencent and Kansime and type flex type thing.
But this is not. I'm now even removing myself from the scenario and saying to the young creatives, it's not even a Kandoro thing. There's certain things that you need to know as you embark on this creative journey.
Facts.
Where am I going? Who's going to help me get there? You make that list of people that you want to attach yourself to, and you find a way. You are not going to get there by bombarding their comments and saying, following you. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook. Hey guys, there will people who come on Facebook and say, like, let's say Nijo. Nijo gets like 300 comments. There will be somebody in that comment say, hey guys, following you. The easy way to get noticed
is okay. Sorry to interject.
No.
Because I'm a little worried that I was going to forget this point, and I think it's very, very important. This is a gem of advice to up and coming creatives, no matter the format.
Yeah,
it is stand up, music, dance, whatever.
Yeah.
Focus on horizontal integration rather than vertical integration. What I mean in simple terms is tamba nevanhu varipa level yako.
Simple.
Connect with those niggas varipa level yako, right? And put your head down, put your work in. If you're going to connect with people, connect with Vanu Vari on the same
Genuinely.
level, who have the same drive and same ambitions, but on your same levels. And then what then happens is, as time goes, when those people, when their stuff starts to take off, hopefully your stuff is taking off, it's an easy breach kuti tikuretese. Not kuda kumbira vanhu vari kumusoro uko, because for the most part they're not gonna give you the time and day, bro. Like Kandoro, the first time I worked with you,
2019
was a Magamba thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think even before that.
Was it, when did you come to Zim? Was it 2018?
2019 when I came to Zim. But prior to that, we had kind of worked on with another comrade Fatso and stuff like that. But it was the same kind of outfit. But even then, even prior to that, there was a there
was camaraderie.
No, boys. Oh, I see what you're doing. The same thing I'm doing.
But just there is some rapport.
Maybe one day to just one day you can be, and as fate would have it,
we're here now.
There it is.
I promise you, to add on to what Nash is saying, it's very, very important to grow with your people. It's very, very, and the back end of that is even more important than growing up with your people. Just be a decent person.
Just be a decent person.
Just be a decent human being to the people around you, because I promise you that is the one thing that stands out more than anything. You see, my relationships, my relationships. Imagine if I was trying to build a relationship in a Long John now.
Now,
you just look at me like, Jaman, my guns
are right.
Do you know what I mean?
Long John is a wonderful example, because it was the same. If there's one thing I always did was, whilst I wasn't on the ground in Zim, I always kept my finger on the pulse
to the couch
with the guys. Good, even if none of us have blown like that, you know. And even then, even when you feel like, okay, in Tripanica young ascension, then there be some young guys would be like, I see tap thing. I'm never. If the approach is right, I've always been one to say, no, I see what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. And we're all pali, panika, touch base, karibo.
Just be like, we taitigura nana Louis, nana Tinai, kuva Gadsby, and on a fourth, Tichi, with all these dreams, hey, tikazo ningrina, tikazo, hey, if only, hey, Surushazo naka, ozona, fani vanatenga, utenga mota, John has moved to South Africa. John has Ningrikini.
Steve Harvey.
Munashe is on the West End. Nigel is doing America, all these things. And it's so easy now to plug
all of these.
Johnson sees there was a time where people on Facebook were bombarding Basket Mouth. You need to have King Control on this lineup.
I saw that.
You need to have yeah. John texts me. He sends me a screenshot where he just texted Basket Mouth. And he's like, no, you need to have my nigga King Kandoro on.
He just texted him straight.
Because John has access to Basket Mouth.
Like
I don't have Ningrigin. But if I was a dick to Long John, because I'm like, inini ndofunga kuti ndinokunda Long John. Cannot hear Long John, anofunga ndofunga Kandoro. And here's the crazy thing. That's not to say individually these are things that we don't think. You have your own.
Everyone's got their strengths.
And he's very right with Maz. But that's not to say, that's not the same as be a dick.
Yeah.
You can think you are.
No one's saying douse or dow your light.
No. You can think you are but at the stage where you are, you cannot walk around and that be the first thing.
Communicate.
I'm the answer to comedy.
You have to.
LeBron James.
You absolutely
but
you have to.
We were doing my shows gonna enterprise uko tichipiwa ma $2 tichigura ningiri tichinaiwa nema 50 cents ningiri tikazoita
internship. Microphone.
Internship. My first internship kumagamba that $100.
Yeah.
Per month.
And how did you approach Magamba? What was your approach to Magamba?
My approach, I remember one of the most important things before I left uni was I need to meet this guy, Anon's comrade Fadzo. I need to impress him so much that Panetka conversation is something. I didn't even have view your internship. But I was like, somehow I need to impress him that leads. I need to be on his radar.
But what you didn't do is, I've just quit my law degree. I want to come to Zimbabwe. I think I'll be the answers to. You would have looked at you like, who the hell you think you are?
I would have put him off.
Really?
I would have put him off because he can't have that impression of me. But I was like, I'm going to play the long game. Impress this guy, but or not, panic potential. And that's what happened. Every skit I would do. Because he gave me his number, I was like, I'm not going to, I'll send him a link.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, somebody might look at it as good, it takes a process that takes too long. That's fair and fine. But I think you catch more flies with the honey, man.
Yep.
But who was trying to catch flies with honey?
Hey, but I mean, Mister, you know, trying to catch flies with honey.
What was...
Because I would argue you'd catch more flies in Goja. But
is that the phrase?
I think it's more. I don't know if we're saying it right. Is it you catch more flies with? Do you not catch more bees with honey? But why are bees trying to? You can't catch bees with honey because they. I don't know. I'm overthinking.
You catch more. Yeah.
Flies with honey.
You catch more flies. Like what in the Caucasian?
I don't know what kind of flies these are, but all I know is gonna talk about a green bomber.
Mama eater. Babe, can you pop in? You're the one who's been British for longer than any of us.
Yes.
What's with you catch more flies
with honey? What's the logic? What's the reasoning there? Flies don't like honey.
No, I'm serious.
No, seriously.
Well, it just happened, but now we're trying to process with you. What? What's the context of this? No, we just used that phrase, and then we were like, wait a minute.
Wait.
Something is wrong with that phrase itself. Like, why was somebody trying to catch flies with honey? And maybe it's the Zimbabwean in us that doesn't like to waste, because I did not do that. Food lovers. Oh, what are we doing? But we thought you would have more insight. You and Abelung. What's Kwenzagalani when you guys come?
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like a sumo type thing. You get more by being nice, right?
The semantic behind I get it, but like that particular joining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
can you do it for the camera so that they can see? Thank you so much, babe.
Thank you. Okay, well, fair enough. I don't know.
If there's anyone who has insight as to some of these
as to why,
Caucasian
because I'm
phrases,
not seeing what is it about honey that's drawing flies. I don't know.
But yeah, man,
anyway.
I just wanted to share a little bit. You know, this is not to say we know the things to do because we have cracked the creative code.
No.
But like these are little things that are along the journey of getting to where we are now. You get more, even just from walking around, like some of these things, that some of the nice things that happen on tour, you find you get out of paying for some of these things just by talking to people nicely.
Absolutely.
By asking people nicely. But if you walk around saying, Ndiri Mr. Sold Out, ndakaperforma green, saka venue you should be grateful. Kuti mo wangu.
Stead.
Vanhu vakanokupa full price yevenue.
Stead. Right?
Vanhu vakanokupa, all right, Mr. Sold Out.
Sell this out.
All right, Mr. Sold Out.
Sell this out.
You know that 10,000.
Sell it
when
out.
These people vangawada kupa 5 because they're like, mfana
wepageto, we'd like to see
you venue venue yanga yagara iripo.
In fact, vanga just that calendar yedu yakamauka, it's open. If anything, kupa for free would still make money off the bar.
Andrew, if you walk around saying, some of these things, you miss a good portion of all the incredible things that the world wants to give you because you want to walk around saying, no, dribble.
No, don't do that. Ultimately, my artists, and I don't like that Rucheka kind of aspect of things, because let me tell you something. People don't get to certain stages and points in life by accident, fam. It's very intentional, it's very decisive, it's very calculated for a lot of these things to even happen. For you to start feeling entitled with this journey, oh yeah, this is a wonderful thing. This is a brilliant opportunity for creatives. I think unofanira kuti pinza in. No. It's a brilliant opportunity for me, nigga. Because I done put in the work. You don't know these sleepless nights? I'm someone guys, there's times where we've gone to Heathrow, picked up Kandoro after a fucking 16-hour flight driven down here.
Tell them
for
about
an
the tickets.
Hour.
Tell them about tickets. Tell them about tickets. Tell them about
ticket
tickets.
and everything. Toshka Panapa Toro episode, and then we finish it, and then it's like, and then it needs to get edited and boom, boom, boom. And then next week, your boy's on a flight. And then when the combination of that is now there and it looks glitz and glam and shiny and glossy, you want to just come and do check out fucking Zafa. Get out of here, man. Stop that. I, for one, like championing up and coming artists and creatives.
And we'll never stop.
Because I myself still consider myself an up and coming.
You shouldn't.
Well,
because you're humble.
No, given the scope of where my G's are trying to get, you know, this is up and coming. We love Zimbabwe, but at the end of the day, we're trying to break these borders. This is a global enterprise that we're on.
In the new year, you might see different things on this podcast.
Yeah, Saga.
But yeah, it's
there goes that.
Saying that to say,
there goes that.
I haven't intentionally asked for my tickets update on the ground, but online we've sold out.
Oh, someone said,
yeah.
I'm sure you got this message.
They went to a med orange.
Yeah, someone was saying, how can we, improve that? Do you have any workarounds around that?
Unfortunately, it's a person to person based thing. It's something that
you can't really control.
Like I can't control the attitude.
You can't control what time you go to Mid Orange. I can't control.
But I did send the message to be like, hey guys, can we?
Is there something we can do around?
No, because the majority of the problem was an attitude thing of the person they encountered behind the counter. Do you get what I mean? Unfortunately, in as much as I would want, I can't. Because
bro, I gotta say, this is not a slight on Mid Orange. Again, this is not particularly aimed at them. It's just customer service, cause Zimbabwe
non-existent.
Yay!
It's nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Oh. It's actually it's so bad. It's one of those things that make me feel a little reluctant to actually go back and live in Zimbabwe. I know it sounds very pedantic, but I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It gets a little jarring when everyone who I am approaching with my money is acting like they're doing me a favor. There's one thing, like the amount of arguments I've been in with Uber drivers and cab drivers because they're trying to give me attitude. I'm like, big man, don't act like you're fucking giving me this lift as a favor. I'm paying for this. But you come late. Yeah, there's a late charge. Add it. It's coming to you. Get out of here. Nay. No. And I think I'm actually getting a little snobby. England. Yeah, when I went to Zoom now to no passport. I take attitude, my passport office.
You might be wondering how I got here. You're having like a
freeze frame. No. I had to catch myself. I was like, don't do that. Not here.
That was wise. Did you catch My Charamba, Leonard Jakarta, latest installment, latest beneficiaries? Sponsees.
It's still going on.
Long bag.
It's still. Wait.
Do you know?
What? What are your thoughts around the fact that Shaddai was principled enough to say, thank you, but no thank you.
No, but was that principles though?
What could it have been?
That nigga wasn't really offered.
Was he offered? I guess maybe that's why I might be conflating issues.
Yeah.
Did
I mean,
was it actually offered
for agenda purposes?
Was he offered?
For agenda purposes, he can walk around saying, I was offered a car and I denied it. And he can get away with it.
Fair.
But really and truly,
was he
Wicknell has never really offered anyone a car. He
That's
just
true.
says, go and collect.
That's true. That is
Wicknell said, if you didn't, ndaungosingatuke vakadzi ndingadaenda ningirikina ndaikupawo chako chimota.
Yeah, so that's
do you get it? And then he said, do you get what I mean?
No.
So the insinuation was almost like if he had apologized or something, he would have gotten. Which I guess he can walk around saying,
no,
I didn't.
I
had the.
Considering there's grown men who got in the DMs and said
he can get away with it. I don't have any gripe with him walking around with it. But technically speaking, because I'm a hater like that.
Hateocracy, no governance.
No governance, young. Hateocracy. My government would be based on hate. We would hate, like we get on a building and we see corruption and we hate on that corruption. Hating into efficiency.
Big wiki, the hater and you need to know we need to audit his taxes.
That's my system of governance. I said,
open them books.
Open them
books.
Because I'm a hater.
Because I don't like the lavishness.
Beggars on a Tuesday. Nigga. I feel sorry, man, I feel sorry for everyone who we shamed into accepting these cars early on. Because clearly they were not at fault.
Oh, yeah.
I say that because I remember my original position on this whole Wicknell fiasco was based on this being an anomaly.
Fair.
It's gone on for so long.
That was the first thing I asked.
There is no shock. There is no like Zim Celebs doesn't even post it anymore. The novelty has worn off. So I say that to say there were people that I shamed these people. But then I even feel aggrieved for even some of the people that I might have denied singing for their supper because the original argument was based in, we were standing on our soapboxes.
signal. Yes, Batman signal.
Batman signal. And we're saying, but it was based on our thinking that there would be corrective action taken within
a given period and whatnot.
But this situation has gone on for so long, Rekuti. It's like, okay, I guess this is the norm now.
It's almost like
somebody can do this and there is no
chickens coming to roost.
There is no corruption investigation.
Yeah.
There is no, even within society, to the people that take and receive these cars, there is no corrective action.
There's no backlash.
There is no change in their sales. So I can't fault anyone involved.
In hindsight,
it's
just now an asset. Who cares if it's in my name or not? Yeah, you can take it back. I've been whipping around for the last 6 months. I lost nothing.
That's my position.
Fair.
And I'm just like, hey, Wangu. Because what I refuse to do is to keep fighting a lost war.
Yeah.
Mike Chimwambe tried to fight this war.
Oh. Where are they in Mbudzi case here?
Mujeri.
They're still in?
Yes, sir.
Fuck, they're still in?
Yes, sir.
They're still in?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Oh!
Clearly we are dealing with somebody that knows more than we do.
Oh, evidently.
Do you know that they called this man to the court to say that they petitioned he was meant to be a testimony and whatnot. And the court said, I might be paraphrasing, the court said, no. He came in and the decision was like, nah, his testimony is not necessary. It's free to go.
Let that man go.
He doesn't need to be. And apparently, the streets say that day, Anti-Corruption Commission was going to, when he appeared in court, Anti-Corruption Commission was going to make a whole hula baloo and arrest him as he walked out. And someone somewhere made a call and said,
no,
Zbate,
touch not the.
Zbate.
Must be nice.
So I said that to say, man, I do hope, I can't wait for a day where some of these funds are used for the direct benefit of more than just individuals. Of more than just individuals. Like, I saw the donation here, 250,000 to the Warriors after the fact of their qualification. And I'm like, how nice would it have been if that had been put towards
the stadium?
And
then that way we would have seen them qualify for AFCON on home soil.
How aside from that, how nice would it be if some of this money would be put towards maybe just bidding for rights to broadcast Zimbabwean football matches or Zimbabwean netball matches? Because to itraga ma link,
yeah, sure,
ma streaming links ekuona Borare Warriors.
Damn.
You know, but I mean, these are just ramblings of two guys per bridge.
It would be nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been another episode.
Slapper.
Mr. Chirisa, what would you have any messages for the people?
I've only got one message, man. 21 December.
We are there, Konale.
It's coming. It's coming. The countdown is chipping away.
I feel so sorry for the other shows, man, but 6th December, when Johannesburg.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited for that show because we have a little. There's just some little excitement in and around the show. Then 13th, I'm there. City of Kings, Blawayo Cotton Lounge. Then on the 14th, Cotton Club in Vic Falls. First time in Vic Falls. Oh. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
First show in Vic Falls, yeah?
First show and first time in Vic Falls.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I wanted to say first time in Vic Falls, and then I shot, surely not.
Yeah, first time.
You've never been to Victoria Falls?
No.
Jesus.
Yeah. First time in Vic Falls. The first time I went to Mutare was to do a comedy show.
I've only been to Mutare once.
We yet to go to Kariba.
Where I've never been?
Yeah.
I've never been to Great Zimbabwe.
Oh, I had never been to, but I went for the first time last when we did that show.
In the Mashingo show?
Yeah, the Mashingo show.
I've never been to Great Zimbabwe. I've been to Mutare briefly. Come to think of it, there's some spots I've never been to, you know. Yeah, no.
I don't know if it was the day, but Great Zimbabwe was kind of like
underwhelming.
I don't want to say that because it feels just, but ladies and gentlemen, it has been another episode, the one and only Black and Forth.